think this is it. I think we are live. Hey everyone, welcome to the Actual Humans Dev stream. My name is John Remedios, and today I'm going to be streaming just a little bit of Shoot Shoot Megapack. If you're unfamiliar, Shoot Shoot Megapack is a party game about rules. It's about friendship. It's also about shooting. It's got a little bit of shooting in it. You will see a little bit more of that in a second. Yeah, I don't know. Here we go. Let's do this. Today I'm going to be doing some level design. I will continue sort of where we left off last time. Okay. So today I'm going to be jumping into one of the sectors of Shoot Shoot Megapack. That is what I'm calling Sector 1. It'll have a name eventually, and it's not that one. It is this one. Yeah, this group of levels. So this is just an example of the kind of stuff I'm going to be working on today. It has these cool little stage elements that I like to call movers. Hopefully I come up with a better name for them by the time of release. What am I going to do? Anyway, that's enough of an example. Let's start building a level. Cool. So I had this idea last time after I was streaming about having a level that used the movers in a way that treats them sort of like moving wall. I mean, they are effectively moving walls, but I was wondering if I could use that to like block off a pathway and then open up a pathway on the edges of the screen, as opposed to the center of the screen where I have been tending to use them in my game development, in my level design. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with words today. I have no reason for that to be the case. So, because I'm lazy, I'm just copying over one of my pre-existing stages. You know what? Let's switch the view. Let's switch the view over to this. There we go. Now you can see a little bit better. Yeah, I'm copying it over, naming it stage 19. 19 comes after 7 because the me from the past is gosh darn silly pants. And let's just blow all these obstacles away. Let's start with the movers. With them and their placement, and then we can build a level up around there, or build a level up from there. So in case anybody's curious, the movers are really simple. They consist of a start point and an end point, which are these cool little circles that you see there, and they also have something called a train container. The train container gets populated when the game starts running, and I have all these little fields here in the side that I can set to generate the train. So the number of cars is pretty obvious. I'll show you. So if I set this to 1 and I have 2 movers here, you will see that when we, let's not make us invisible. When we load up this, one of these guys is just a single dude. Instead of a group of 3, we can also, what can we do? We can set the travel time. So if I want them to be really zippy, I can set that to, it's not a low number, I set it to 0.33, which is one of the magic numbers that I tend to like. So you see, yeah, that guy goes way too fast. I like the number that I landed on for most of these guys. I don't actually remember what it was. I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. 1.75 was just through experimentation, trial and error, like all of game development. Yeah, so that's kind of that's how they work. If I don't know, I don't know if people are curious about those sorts of things. I don't know that anybody's watching. I just know what my heart tells me. Riveting stuff. Okay, so I am going to position these guys along the left and right wall, I think. This guy, I need the start point. Let's do negative 5 or 520. Yeah, oh, look at that. Worked right out. And the endpoint, 0, 5, negative 520. And this will negative 700-ish. Cool, so that's gonna line those two movers up along the left side, and then you know what? I'm just gonna delete this dude, copy this guy over, rename them. Sorry if I keep bumping the mic. It's because I have fat hands. That's what my mom said, at least. She said, "John, you got those fat hands. Keep dropping everything." Cool joke. All right. So let's, I think 3. Oh, this isn't going to work. Okay, so what I've done right now is I have a single one on the left and right. And if you boot this up, you will see that just have these guys, like one dude kind of hanging out on either side. Fine. What I really want is, how do I want this to work? Either when they are all the way to their start point or all the way to their end point, I want them to open a space, probably. So I think the end point should be the center of the map, probably. That seems useful. And then I'm just going to copy these guys again and set the start point to the bottom of the map. So now, theoretically, I shall have them starting in the 4 corners. And because I don't think 1 is an interesting number for this stage element, I am going to bump this up to 3. 3 is just a nice, it's a nice round number, nice magic number. What do we got? So this is not what I wanted. I think, okay, so I'm going to bump it up. I need to figure out a number that effectively creates a wall when they're as far away, when they're at opposite sides of the screen. But then I'm going to change the endpoints so it collapses in on itself. So so if I use 6 and you're looking at it, you'll have 12, and then they'll collapse in on each other so they look like 6 because they don't have collision on one another. I haven't set the second part of that, but okay, that's clearly too many. But at least I'm moving in the right direction, pun intended. Man, it is really hot in my apartment. I turned off my fan and all my, oh yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. Okay. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt my my riveting, sweaty apartment story, but I'm actually making progress, maybe. So the endpoint, this endpoint that is in the center here needs to be farther down. I'm just gonna make it up. I don't know, 240. Let's say 240 for now. and this guy should be up 240. So how does that look? Almost there. Almost there. Okay. All right. It's going to need a little tuning. We'll rough it in, but just on the left side, and then once I figure it out, I'll do it. Let's do 260. I feel like I'm a little incoherent today, but that's all right. I'm okay with that. Oh. Oh, oh God, it's so close I can taste it. Oh my God. Is that cool? Is that a good idea? I don't know. I don't know. Let's do 265. It's things like this that made me think that maybe game development isn't interesting to watch. Oh. 270. Let's keep going. Let's keep counting. Welcome to the count stream. No, 270, not 275. Yikes. Wowza bobowza. I'm getting farther away, I think. So I need to figure out the point that gets alright, so if mover left so -7, +7. Okay, that answers my question, I think. -263, right? If I just move them both up 7, then it should work. Move them both down 7? I don't know. I think that's right. I think that's the special number. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So now, oh man, you can get through them. Yikes. All right. This might not be a good idea. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Whatever. I will just copy these guys over to the right side and see if this is the type of level that is worth exploring. I'll scrap it and make something else. So I know that there's going to be a problem when I touch it, they die. That's not good. That's not how it's supposed to work. Because they're supposed to be bouncy right now. And you can also squeeze through the middle there, I think. Kind of. You have to try really hard. And then if you get stuck in the middle, you end up dying. Fun. Okay. All right. I think the concept is sound of like creating more space or taking space away. I just don't know. I mean, there are some technical limitations right now because I'm a garbage programmer. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not going to do this right now. This is not going to be the level I make. Let's make something different. I mean, I'm gonna make something similar, just more similar to what it was initially, with shared endpoints on either side. Because I think that still maybe has some promise. And if I line the edges with that and then put a put some sort of object in the center. Maybe that's interesting. I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. 5 is too many for this. We should knock it down to like 3 or 2. Oh, my tweet, I don't think ever went out. Oh, it did go out. Whoops. Whoops-a-doodle. Retweet it. Man, I don't know how special tweets work. Doesn't matter. Cool. All right, so now what do we have? We've got a thing where you can hang out in the center. I still think these should like come together. No, because then, yeah, you run into the problem where it's going to kill you just because of the programming. I don't know. I think this is kind of cool. I think, like, I can see this being fun. Yeah, if I just make a box, if I make a box here, mover right 1. I'm lazy with my naming. What's the top one? So you should be 0 and 520. Your start point. To be negative 700. And your end point should be 0. Do that again. Classic. Yeah, 0. And you should just start on the other side. Great. And call you mover top and mover top. Those are bad names. That's okay. And making the bottom. Great. Right, and you both need to be negative 520. There we go. Haha. Oh, oh boy. All right. Cool. All right. All right. Hey, I'm not mad at it. I think it's visually interesting. I probably add a little bit more of a rest time. Now, I unfortunately can't leave this as... I can't really leave this as is. No, excuse me. Because it doesn't meet all the rule requirements. So in Shoot Shoot Megapack, I can show you on this test panel. I don't know if that reads very well on the stream. But here I have a bunch of rules that I can apply and that exist in the game. And one of the rules is called zoom walls. And zoom walls, whenever you shoot, it makes something bigger. Then the thing it makes bigger are the walls. I've made the decision that movers do not constitute as walls. They effectively act the same, except they move. Like if I turned bounce walls off and I started the game again, you would find what? What would you find? Oh, look, they're not bouncy anymore. And then if you touch it, you die, right? Classic classic def. But yeah, I mean, I'm lazy, and also I think that I'm lazy because I don't want to go through the trouble of making movers something that can expand when you shoot. I also think that it would make them less interesting because then they would just become walls at a certain point. So because of that, I'm going to need to add some sort of shape into the middle of this. I have lots of shapes that I've already constructed. I'm probably just going to take this square and I'm going to copy them because I'm so lazy. Just can't be bothered, you know? Who has the time for video games? And what I will need to do, except I don't want it to be a square. I think I want it to be a diamond because I think maybe that's more interesting. So we'll just rotate them all by 45. I need to have these. I need to have these things off on in. I need to have them off screen because there's screen wrap, and if you're like on the edge of the screen, and I don't know, there are potential safe zones and stuff. So it's just a precaution to make sure that you actually get crushed in the event that that you have bounce walls on instead of like danger walls. I don't know that it works particularly well, but it's so far so good. Cool. All right, so we got some bouncy stuff. Let's throw on zoom walls to see how this shakes out. Oh yeah, that's the zoom wall sound. Now you know it's going. Now you know it's right and ready. So what is this going to do? So this is going to bisect the level vertically first. Bisect it vertically or horizontally? I don't know if I used that correctly. It doesn't. I don't care. You can only go around the left and right side now. So that's kind of cool. And then what? No. Oh, look at that! Look at that little corner. Yeah, and now it's split into 4 sections, and I can only do this. Oh, geez, Louise. Yikes. Okay, alright. I mean, that's a level. I don't know that it's good. I think it's good. I think it's cool. I'm going to keep it. I got to fix that bug. I got to fix that shape bug. I think that's just because I have these off-screen shapes, and you can see their corners through because their corners are on a different Z plane. So I'm just gonna bump them back in the Z count, in the Z order, by 1, and that should fix that. Oh, I forgot to put my zoom wall on. Alright, let's speed this up. So the reason people are dying, I sort of mentioned this before, is because if you get stuck between if you get stuck between 2 bounce walls, it still kills you. There are crush deaths. Yeah, that's why that's happening. Okay, I think that level's fine. I'm happy with that. In terms of like building it and then hopefully playtesting it to make sure that it's actually good. Because you know the perils of designing and developing a local multiplayer game or a multiplayer game when you're just a solo person touching it in your apartment is it's not the best. It's not the best for quality control, I don't think. But regular playtests, you got to do them. You got to get them done. Oh, hey Ryan. Ryan, I see you. I see you, Ryan. All right, what else is going on? Let's make another level. Let's just copy that baby. Stage 20 coming up. 20 stages. Whoa! You know it. Okay. So let's blow out these obstacles again. We'll keep the movers because why not? Let's do an X. Let's make an X of movers. That could be cool, maybe. No, not blow them all out. Let's try stretching it all the way from top left corner to bottom right corner. See how that goes. It should be 0. Let's just start you in the center. Negative 700. And then negative 520. Cool. And then we'll just create another one. Just call it move right. So it's going to start at the top and then go down. So this one, I'm going to need 4 if I want to keep it. If I want to keep it symmetrical. I don't know if I do though. All right, let's give it a test. Let's give it a whirly bird. Nope, not stage 2. Stage 20. Oh yeah, that definitely needs. Nice. That's great. How did that happen? Why did that guy die? I think they're just moving too fast. Alright, so I think I'm fine with them going from end to end. I'm going to also reverse these. So if I have this guy should do negative 520. Should be negative 520 and 520. Cool. Still gonna kill me, but they should probably all start in the center, right? Like, yeah, it's just moving too quickly. I also don't know that that's very good, but maybe it will be. Let's slow them all down. We'll see how that feels. So travel time, let's bump that up to like, I don't know, let's just double it. So if you're in the very center, you should definitely die. Takes a little while, but yeah, okay. I don't know, man. Like, maybe they should just go to the center, from the corners to the center, and that's it. Their endpoint is always 0, 0. Seems kind of. I like the first level way more, I think. Wow, what the hell is going on? I mean, the start points shouldn't be right in the way of those things, but or the spawn points shouldn't be right in the way of those things, but they kill you really easily. Seems. Let's turn this back to 1.75. Seems not cool to me. It's the technical term. Why aren't they pushing? Oh, did I? It may not be. Let me see. Nope. No, should be fine. Oh, I know why. Oh, that sucks. So I have these. So in the dots connecting them are also colliders. It detects collision on them for obvious reasons. I might just need to change the way that collision works on these guys. I'm not going to fix that right now because that's a boring problem to look at. I should be bouncing them back more though. Like if I stand here, I should get pushed back pretty far. But instead, it just seems to be going through me. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the dealio is. Bummer. Whatever. I'll fix it later. They feel like they're moving too slow now, though. So I think I'm going to bounce that up to 2. Yeah, it's not feeling right anymore. I don't know. I used to bounce like way more off these guys, and then when they push you, they like really push you. But now they just kind of bump you along, and you can get caught between them really, really easily, and that will kill you. I don't like that. Anyway, whatever. I'm not going to evaluate it based on that right now. So I need to add some shapes. I'm thinking, what's a complementary shape for this? Jeez Louise. So I think the obvious choice is like little triangles kind of hanging out around the top. I think I have another level that's similar to that. It'll result, just really double down on the Xiness of this. But before I do that, I'm going to change the spawn points because it's driving me insane that they die right away. So I'm just going to set, for now, you get set to 0. You get set to 0. 90. Which direction are you pointing? Yeah, great. And you should be 270. Perfect. And we'll just make you 400, right? So it's negative 400, 400. And then you can be 0. You can be 180. You guys should be 0. And 0. And that should be fine, I think. Yeah, that's okay. It's hard to shoot one another because you have to like screen wrap. Like you can't just shoot someone from someone's spawn point and then. So I'm okay with that. You would have to like thrust and screen wrap before you can actually land a shot on somebody. And I think by the time you turn, these things would probably be in the way. So I'm happy with that. Let's put some let's lay some obstacles, obstacles. I think I have a similar shape somewhere already, and that could be usable. Again, I just don't want to. If I don't have to lay it down, I don't really want to. I think it's a teleport one. I think it's probably. Boom! Ba-bang! I don't know if I like that size, those sizes, but let's just use these for now. It's repurposing. It's all about making the most of what you got, you know? Anyway, let's see how that works as is, and then we can tune it up as needed. I'm not going to throw sync thrust on. I'm also going to turn bounce walls off because they're pissing me off. Whoa! That's welcome to the danger zone. So yeah, this is what I was saying about. Jeez Louise. Let's just kill this dude. Just want to see what this looks like when it gets smaller. So just get people close-ish to the center, or at least a few people close to the center. It might be a little much. I don't know. Because once you... Whoa. No. Yeah, I don't know. I might... What else can I do? One, it doesn't stay even. Right? Like the distance between here and the distance between here, I guess it's just the angle that these are on and the angles that, like this isn't a perfect 40-degree angle because it's a 4:3 ratio or something. I don't know, man. I could change the way these grow, but it feels really askew, and I don't particularly like that. At least not for this level. But I think maybe the premise is just kind of shoddy. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna maybe take. What does it look like if I take the top and the bottom one out? Maybe that will feel better. I've been using this shape a lot though. It's like hourglass shape. I have like 6 levels that are using it. And then eventually, the problem with this is it will invalidate the movers eventually. Why is that guy dying before that guy? It's weird. Yeah, because if I keep going, yeah, so at this point, now I just have a level that already exists. This is a bad idea. So I do need something that ends up filling some of the gaps, but perhaps, you know, kind of doubling down on the existing shape is not worth it, or is not the direction that I should be going in. So let's take the easy route right now and just try turning it into like a cross thing. I have another cross level as well that grows from, it grows outward. So I can already see a problem emerging here where you're gonna get stuck. Also, that guy shouldn't die before everyone else. That seems bad. I have too many controllers plugged in. There we go. He's gonna die too. Yeah, see, like, you can see, actually it's really useful to have these outlines, which shouldn't be there. It's growing too wide or something. Like, I think it should grow faster along the y-axis when it's on the top and the bottom, and on the x-axis. I think it should make like an actual cross. I don't know why. Oh. Dual Ryan says, I can assure you guaranteed that there is an acorn somewhere in this place, and the sailors are looking for it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Alright, let's keep making this level. So I need to I need to change the growth. So the left and the right should be growing faster along the x-axis than they are on the y-axis. So it's easy. I'm just going to knock that down to 1. And you as well. 1. And then on the top and the bottom, I'm going to knock the x-axis down to 1, and I'm going to knock the y-axis down to 3, and that's just because it's a standard 4:3 ratio. I think that'll feel nicer because it's not a perfect square. But who knows? Who knows? Let's check it out. Yikes. Wazza wazza bobazza. Alright, we gotta bring this guy in. And let's bring you in as well. Just get a couple guys who are close, so they don't necessarily die. This is a nightmare level. So there's a problem. I'm gonna jack up how long it takes, or yeah, I'm gonna shorten the length of time, increase like the size of the growth, just because I need to make sure that the problem is a problem that exists. But you're gonna see what the H. It creates a little box in the center. So yeah, that's not great. So maybe the answer is is the answer to that problem. So I'm going to go back to how it was originally. It might just be a problem with the initial shape. Like maybe I need, instead of, I'm using perfect squares, maybe I need to use rectangles or something. I don't know. That's interesting. Last time I streamed level design, it was also natural. This time it's a nightmare. It's a literal nightmare. So I mean, ultimately, wow, that seemed way louder. Ultimately, I think like I just need to get it to the point. Maybe I was wrong the first time. Maybe it wasn't I should have it growing. Like growing out. Maybe the answer is to. Okay, maybe I do need to throw bounce walls back on. Jeez, these people keep dying. Bounce walls. Boom. Yeah, so this is not. Yeah, that's kind of cool actually. All right, so it's not cool because it leaves these corner spaces which are garbagey, but it will be cool once I believe in myself. So the top, so it's actually reversed of what I needed before. The obstacles on the top and bottom, here we go, need to grow width-wise faster than they grow height-wise. So along the x-axis, I'm going to make them grow 8 by 6, and the left guys are going to grow 8 by 6 as well. I don't know if that's right. We'll see. Oh, let's turn the bounce back on so we can actually get to that stage without dying. Boom. Great. I need like a controller hotkey for that. No, it's still creating little corner boxes, which is not cool. Because then if you get stuck on the outside, I've had this with other levels before, if you get stuck on the outside, or stuck on the inside, I suppose, in this event. Yeah, we all die. Okay, so top and bottom. X goes 8. Right, sorry, I needed the left and right need to grow faster along the y-axis than they do on the x-axis. I still think, I mean, these values are crazy, but God, I gotta just turn that on initially. Cool, cool. It's looking better, it's looking better. It's not, I don't think it's gonna do what we want it to do. Not quite, but closer. And then it resorts to something like that. So now it's just a matter of figuring out what those numbers are. So we can, what if they grow 2 to 1? And so they go 2 to 1, top and bottom. What about making one of the values so high that's basically the whole y closing in? So yeah, mind over data says, what about making one of the values so high that it's basically the whole wall closing in? And sorry for repeating your question, but I'm archiving this on YouTube and the chat's not part of that. I don't think I understand. Dan, so like you shoot... Oh, you just mean for test purposes? Or for level design purposes? Yeah, so right now I'm just trying to figure out like how can I get it so I am trying to avoid creating corner spots, but what I also want it to start as an open space and then become a closed space over time. So I could, I mean, yeah, you're right. Ultimately, it's just like make the value really high. It's just about finding a cool value that feels good. Ultimately, so yeah, right now, you know what? I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna bump everything up. I'm gonna bump it all up, and then I'll bring it back down because this is gonna be way too fast. Right back at you, buddy. Okay, so 12 and 16. Let's just try that. Let's see how that feels. Did I remember to put the bounce balls on? God damn it. Still creating. I mean, I don't think... Okay, so corner spots are unavoidable to a point. Like, as soon as... Unless the top and bottom or the left and right make it to the edge before the other one, there's always going to be a corner spot. And maybe that's the right thing to do. I don't know. But already this is better because it turns into like this. Whoops. Cool bug. It turns into like a weird danger zone in the middle, which I like. I don't... Where the hell did that go? Whoops. Just gonna run it a couple times just to see. Something wonky going on in a couple of those corners too. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I like the idea. I think I don't know that it's a. I don't know how this will play with multiple people, but I need to tune up those corners still. Like I want this state kind of bugs me. I don't know why. I don't know why it bugs me so much. What's going on with the left and right? They're going 4 to 12. So what if I do 4 to 16? Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm fine with it. I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, I think that's ultimately, my number data says, could lead to some hilarious OMG, I'm stuck and the walls are closing in situations, which I totally agree with. Yeah, as long as, like, as long as you don't get stuck in the middle, like if you get stuck in the corners, not in the middle, I think it's fine, because it's like, oh, you didn't make it to the center in time, and then I don't know, you play better. If you lose the game, you lose, right? That's how I feel about it, at least. I mean, this ultimately turns into a level that already exists, kind of. So I might try one more thing, and I might try turning this. I'm going to save this stage, and then I'm going to copy it, and then do a variant on it, and see which one I prefer. Let's do number 21. And just put bounce balls on. And instead of, yeah, again, I'm just going to grab some obstacles from another stage just to save on time, because I want this game to have a lot of levels. In 21, instead of these obstacles, or I guess what currently is 21, I'm going to put in some corner obstacles, and then they will close in and create like a diamond shape. And that, it avoids the corner problem. It also turns, got some Z sorting issues to work out, but yeah, I don't know. Whoops. I think this maybe complements the shape a little bit better. I don't know that it's necessarily as interesting, because it doesn't have this corner. I don't know. I guess it's like, are the corner moments problems? Are they not? I don't really know the answer to that. Also, you can die, apparently, if you run into the corners of walls. So I need to fix that. My never data says certainly looks good. Yeah, it does. It does look good. I like the way it looks. So 10 out of 10 for like visual aesthetic. I don't know, man. There's something. There's something here. You know, I'm gonna keep them both and then playtest them. I don't have to tune this very much. It feels fine, except for that bug where you die in the corners. Yeah, I like the idea. I mean, ultimately, what I like about this stuff is it being safe, and then these things like coming from the outside. I should probably make them so they're visible on top of the walls. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see what that looks like. Like -1 or something. Oh yeah, that's way better. Yeah, because I think like people might. Oh, it needs to be up one more level, but or maybe just the dots. Like, I don't know. I'll play around with that, but I think it's better if people know that they're coming. It makes it more fair, less like losing the lottery or something. I mean, it is always fair. They're on a timer. You can count until like 1, 2, 3, and then they go. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Those are cool. I'm fine with those. Sick. And yeah, I don't mind having, at this stage, I don't really mind having repeat levels. Repeat levels are fine to me. I mind when I don't have enough levels for testing. So, holy shit, I almost spilled my glass of water. All right. Well, I think, man, it's really hot. I gotta turn my fan back on. So I'm gonna stop streaming for today because I'm about to lose all my water weight from my face. But this will be archived up on YouTube, hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow, depending on how I'm feeling. And from this day forth, every Tuesday at 4 p.m. EST, 1 p.m. PST, I will be streaming, and I'll probably do the occasional Saturday stream too. So thank you for watching, everyone, whether it is on Twitch or on YouTube. And I will catch y'all on the flip side. And if anyone's at PAX West this weekend, I will be there with this video game. So maybe you'll see some of the levels that I've been working on the streams. Cool. Later.